What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Thursday episode of The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 4. You all are here with us, suffering with us, and I appreciate every single one of you. I have a fantastic panel for tonight. Please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and help me in getting to 1K. I know there has been some discussions in the last couple of streams of other content creators helping me get to 1K so they can watch me be tortured by Final Destination, Bloodlines, and 4DX. And that is my promise. If I hit 1K, I will go see that in theaters. So that's pretty much out of the way. I don't know about you guys, but this episode is meh. But I'm going to bring on the panel. They are not meh. So here we go. And Toxic is on his way, I believe. With
I don't know. I'm pretty meh. Have you ever seen my channel?
We're on that. We're all.
The only way to get through this is with heirloom cran apple weed drink.
Yep.
Cannabis.
Yeah.
I have my swig.
This episode is wow. I have so many problems with this episode, but we're gonna get there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't even want to talk about this episode. When I watch
either.
it, and it's my channel, I think some people are like, "Why are you still covering it?" I'm like, "I'm committed. I'm committed to torture."
I mean, you never know when it's gonna take off. Like in views.
It's like a car wreck. You just can't look away. You're like,
yeah.
It is. I really thought, I was like, okay, there's no way this can get worse than episode 3. Episode 3 wasn't terrible, but okay, maybe Bella can carry the show. Nope.
Well, I think Naughty. I ran just Pepsi Zero. I wish I had alcohol. I was just in a rush, and I wish I had weed. I wish I had some more cannabis drinks too after this shit.
And I'm on an empty stomach because I'm intermittent fasting.
Lucky.
All right, so make sure my mouse is ready to mute Paul at any point.
At any time. Although no, like weed makes me self-mute.
Oh, so you just sit there. Just...
No. I'll be like in the middle of a sentence and wait, what were we just talking about?
Yeah, with me, gummy bears 2 is my limit. Anything past 2, that's when I start talking to the dog. He starts talking back. Like, fuck it. One time I had four gummy bears, and me and the dog. My mom was like, "What are you talking to the dog for?" I'm like, "You can't hear him." She's like, well, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "These gummies are awesome."
Well, dude, like it's the only way to get through this.
Yeah. I'm not excited to watch these episodes. I wait till the very last minute when I'm like, all right, I better watch it before.
Yeah, I watched it last night. And I was on my phone, like
I'm not engaged enough into it. And even I thought maybe they would balance it a little bit more with the terror of the zombies.
Oh my god, dude.
We'll get there. Potatoes are getting potatoes.
I watched the episode as early as possible, and I actually had to like reread a thing of the synopsis of it because I don't care. not for the channel, but
not memorable.
I just don't care about this show. My hair looks awful. I'm putting a hat on. It's like, what's going on over here?
I think you look very handsome.
I think when this is the biggest problem, Nadia, and like for non-gamers,
easy big guy.
Whenever you play the game, as soon as Joel dies, at least in the game, okay, Ellie, once Joel dies, like 5 seconds goes past, and then she's right after Abby, and then the rest of the game is just basically Ellie trying to kill Abby, and then it's half Abby, half Ellie. But right now, it's the show had the chance to like make the game better. They could have changed a lot of stuff up, and they're making it worse because we're spending so much fluff and filler. It's like, I mean, I don't get what they're doing.
With House of Dragon, where they're discussing this small insert of this book. And granted, they have the writer of the book, they can expand on the lore, they can actually have cool dragon battles, but instead we get more lesbians. I don't know, HBO has this thing with lesbians, and on top of it, they're not even good looking well, maybe one of them, but they're not good looking lesbians on top.
I don't know, I like the other one I would,
Yeah, the redhead. Yeah, I get it.
I don't want to be misogynistic, but I'd hit it.
I mean,
Allison, I think,
and weirdly, I actually have an attraction to Rhaenyra Targaryen. I'm not gonna lie, I really do.
Listen, Ryan, I don't judge people's kinks here. Okay,
it's a Targaryen thing. That's the way I look at it.
Safe place.
I don't understand what HBO's obsession is with this. Like, stop. Like, you can make it a part of the thing. That's fine. It's fine.
They've been doing that since 1996. Bound. Like I mentioned in our chat.
The problem is, they can utilize these things like sexuality, gender, and stuff if it works with the character, but not make it the character's only trait of the character.
Exactly.
Like, I'm totally cool with if Tommy was gay, but that's not what makes Tommy Tommy in the show.
Yeah.
It's just you have to have some depth to your characters. Like, the sexuality and gender should be almost one of the last few things you're discussing. To me, race would be even more important, like how people are raised, their background, their culture and stuff. Those are like characteristics of like how characters are raised, people are raised and stuff, and adds to that. But like gender and sexuality and all this stuff, it's just like, it can be in the story, just don't make it the only character trait. Otherwise your characters are very flat.
Because the thing is too, and HBO is still stuck on this, in my opinion, like Disney is. It's like going, hi, and I'm going to use me as an example, right? But it's like, hi, I'm Ryan, I'm gay, and I'm black. And it's like,
it's
would you introduce yourself to somebody like that? Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's very narcissistic, especially with the, I can't say Gen Z crowd because that's not true.
I think it's a Gen X thing. I think Gen X really screwed the pooch. So as a millennial,
keep talking. I'll be right back.
As a millennial, I think Gen X really, they've screwed our country and our society up. I'm sorry. I think.
What did I do?
I didn't say you. You specifically.
I know, but like it's whatever like social change started to. And okay, you know what? I actually do know the origin point, and it doesn't have anything to do with the generations. It was the rise of social media. That caused an explosion of narcissism. Yeah. And it's like, look at me. I'm a special, unique snowflake. It's like, as Tyler Durden said, you are not a unique snowflake. You come from the same shit as everybody else.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into it, I just want to say hi to the chat real quick. Cinnabeer's Fish, I'm here for the horror and with the nads. Rachel, thank you for being here. Corey, I see you as well. I'm here to see what a shit show season 2 is. Buckle up, buddy. Ryan saying hi to the chat. Piranha Pout, I'm so sorry. I'm like going through. Terrence, what's up? I was on the Righteous Gemstone stream with the Doolies yesterday. That was pretty dope. That's another show that suffered with their last season, but that's another time. Big Ship, what's up? I saw you also became a member. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I don't know if I should play Toxic's favorite clip since we're not doing Stranger Things tomorrow.
Afternoon, ladies.
Afternoon, Billy.
Take the new suit, Mrs. Wheeler.
Thank you.
$1. And Zach, what's up? Guys, thank you so much for being here. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry, Ryan, go ahead.
Oh, no, I don't even remember what the hell I was going to say.
Gen X ruined everything for you millennials.
Yeah, no. So I think one of the reasons
is the boomers actually.
Because when did Gen X start?
1965.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The 60s. So they actually. I agree. I get it. You know, the 70s, flower power. You know, free love, all that dumbass crap. Like, great. You actually fought for something, but. Stop it. Just stop it. We don't need to do it anymore. Stop it. Like, that's everybody.
Boomers. That's boomers.
Is it boomers?
Yeah, that's boomers.
Yeah, that's boomers.
The 70s?
Gen X is pretty.
Gen X was they called it the latchkey generation because like they were all left home alone, left to their own.
That was millennials because I was left home alone with the latchkey.
Millennials and Gen X kind of mashed together a bit.
I think it's that X-ennial Oregon Trail generation from like 75 to like 85, where there's basically like overlap.
Yeah, so Toxic said, so from 1965 to 1980. So like literally in the late 60s is when we had basically the hippie generation, and stuff
right,
like that.
But 5-year-olds weren't hippies, brother. I mean, that's
adults.
Come on, man. I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, it's one of those things.
Let's be honest.
Sorry.
Let's just blame.
Let's move on to lesbians.
Boomers. Yeah, let's just blame the boomers.
I think we can all agree that
boomer
suck. Yeah, okay, boomer.
All right, good. Nadia seems lesbians. To set the mood. Start his thirsty traffic. All right, so in Seattle, Ellie and Diana, whatever. Is it Dinah or Dina?
Dina.
It's not spelled the right way. Dina.
It's the only good-looking person in this episode.
Yes.
Dora the Explorer, yes. Amid the brutal battle between the zealous Seraphites and the ruthless militant. So
Yeah.
that is the worst fucking description IMDb ever.
It's like IMDb has given up on the show as well.
Yeah. All right, hold on. I'll pull up the episode. We'll get through this, guys. It's called Day One. Just FYI. Do I have everybody? Okay, cool. By the way, this is Josh Peck.
Yep.
From the Nickelodeon show Drake and Josh.
Yeah.
Drake and Josh.
Toxic didn't know who this guy was and thought he was irrelevant, and I'm like, okay, that's
I
cool.
didn't say I didn't know who he was. I just thought he was irrelevant. I know who he is. That's why I think he's relevant.
He is a little irrelevant.
He is. This is similar to one of the last seasons of Game of Thrones where they stuck Ed Sheeran in there.
Yeah.
They just stick random celebrities, I guess, or people who are fans of the games. Because
I guess.
Blue, you played the game. This opening scene with Isaac's introduction, is this something that happens in the game? Does Isaac even exist in the game?
As I've told people, the issue with the game is that after Joel dies, it's 50% Abby, 50% Ellie. So basically, anytime you're not seeing Abby or Ellie on screen, this is all not from the game because it's that's the entire plot. Like in the first game, it's all Joel and one scene with Ellie when Joel's injured. But that's it. So all this shit right here, this is all new to me as well because it's like Ryan just said, whenever you're not seeing Abby or Ellie, this is all fluff for the fucking TV show.
Wow.
So this is stuff they could have expanded on and actually added something to the show, and instead of just making it just fluff.
And that's it. Sorry, Ryan.
I was just going to say they could have fixed the problems of the second game, but they didn't. They didn't
beat me to the punch. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, you should add on it because trust me, there's a lot to add on to.
And that's and everybody's here. I mean, Toxic's read several books. I've read certain comics where sometimes certain movies or certain TV shows are better than the source material, and vice versa. And that's the biggest problem. My mother, she's like the other day, she's like, Chris, she's like, so I was watching the Negan show with Lauren Cohan, and she's like, she's like, I just started watching Last of Us again. She's like, I can't believe they just killed Joel. And I'm like, Mom's 65. I was like, she's like, I don't want to watch the show anymore. And she's like, you know what?
My sister said that. She yelled at me. She yelled at me in all caps in her text message. She goes, because she knows, I'm the nerd of the family that I've watched all these shows and played games, read books, and she's like, you didn't tell me that he was gonna die. I'm like, I didn't know you were even watching the show, Kimberly. I'm sorry. Fuck. I'm bad. I was like, I didn't know I was. And even if I did, what was I supposed to do? Tell you?
I would just like to point out, while we're talking about viewer reaction from the normies, season 2. Like I just went on Rotten Tomatoes. Season 2 has a 95% tomato meter from the so-called journalists, and a 43% from the plebs.
Yeah. Gee whiz, that's weird. It's almost like it's following the same path of the game because they're like, oh my god, it sold 8 million copies when it released. Well, it's worldwide. It sold a total of like 10 million copies. Like, put your hands together for the stupidity.
You know what's weird? I think I feel like I can. And I didn't play the games, but I feel like I can almost forgive the game more than this because they knew what was going to happen and they had a chance to course correct, like someone else said. Yeah. And they didn't. They just like put their head down
on purpose.
Yeah, and they just put their head down and said, "You're gonna like it. We're gonna put this turd on your plate, and you're gonna like it, and you're gonna say yummy, yummy. It's good in my tummy, and you're gonna fucking enjoy it."
Yummy, has there ever been a discussion for a third game?
Of course.
There was talk of a third game for a long time. Neil Druckmann just came out and said there's going to be no third game. The fact that the giant ass bag that did all of this because he had a hard on for Anita Sarkeesian. I don't get it. Whatever, teach their own. He said no third game because nobody's going to buy it.
Yeah.
I don't think people are going to watch a third season. You got guys.
I don't either.
You got people in our sphere who are not going to watch it. And then you got, like I said, like I told you, my sister from Florida just randomly rang me up, and she hadn't talked to me in a couple weeks, and she just randomly rang me up to yell at me about Joel being killed. Like I fucking did it. I was like, what do you want me to do about it?
Hype for the show like season 1, and you're right. Like even in our sphere, there's not a lot of people even covering it. Like I know Critical dropped a video on it, and they'll do like little reviews, but there's nobody covering it like us weekly that I've seen.
Yeah.
Or if I've seen it, nobody covering it weekly positively. Like everybody's having the same.
The only positive I've seen of the people that I follow is TBR Schmidt. Were like they were still, although I don't have their feedback on this episode, the husband and wife team that do their rewatcher channel type thing. But everybody else that is watching, they were just like, I'm out, like popcorn in bed. She's like, no, I'm only doing this for you guys. I hate this show now. And she loves everything. Like she's such a sweetheart. Everything she watches, that's why people watch her, because they like to get a little bit of, saccharine, like somebody who just watches things and just likes them for whatever they are. But she's like, I'm only watching this because my fans, had me start this, and I'm not going to just stop watching it or whatever. But yeah, it's and I think most of us are here for you, Nadia, to be fair. I mean, this is a slog.
3 episodes left, guys.
I know we'll do it. I think
it.
Everybody's gonna do it. I just think it's like this is really like me. I do the opposite. I don't remember who said they put it off as long as they could. I don't know if it was you.
That's me.
But
it was me.
I watch it as soon as it dropped in my Plex Pass, because I was just like, let me get it over with and just like, then watch something cool like Warfare and cleanse the palate or whatever.
Yeah, that was I'm the same way, man. Like I just wanted to get it over with, so I actually had to like because it's such a forgettable episode. I had to watch
it in pieces.
Well, I had to read like a synopsis to like remember, like okay,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, as I'm reading this, I'm like going, all right, I remember how stupid this was. Yeah, and
Yeah,
I'm gonna talk about the stupid later with the guitar.
I do have at least one good thing to say about it. So I mean, I don't know when you want to do that. I don't know if you want to save that for the end or.
I sent that message to you guys, and then I watched the episode, and I'm like, I have nothing good to say about
I do have one positive for it, but
probably Jeff Wright. That's about it.
Yeah, no, not any.
And
probably, definitely, yeah, definitely Jeff Wright.
So it opens up with Isaac's introduction. This is a flashback. So this is Isaac, played by Jeffrey Wright. The episode begins with a flashback set in Seattle's past, showing a group of FEDRA soldiers, which, by the way, did everybody forget about FEDRA up until this point?
Yes.
Because it was Wolf and the Seraphites now. Yeah. I was like, I had to take a minute. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, FEDRA's from the first season. Okay.
First season, yeah. And an incredible, and I guess it followed, there's a pattern in this. Incredible waste of great talent. Jeffrey Wright is the latest iteration.
Yeah. Facts.
Catherine O'Hara.
By the way, Zax, it's spelled with a J, not a G. Just
is Jeffrey Wright the harbinger of doom? I think Jeffrey Wright elevates almost anything he's in. Is he the harbinger of doom?
I mean, I don't think so.
Is he basing that off of Zach, are you basing that off Westworld or
What If? That's another one.
Oh yeah, good point. I didn't think of What If. Good point.
I think he has a very unique voice, and that's why he gets casted with a lot of things.
Yeah.
Whether he is or he isn't, I feel that he elevates things that he's in.
I would agree with that. He was also in the Hunger Games Part 2, the second movie, right? Yeah, and I mean that was a massive success. I think that's where it goes downhill is after the second movie, but
he's a great part of a dying series.
Okay, I'll co-sign on you with that, Zach. That makes sense. In fact, that's a good. I might steal that line.
Well, and he probably has no idea what happened in the game, as most people don't. No. Most normies don't. They don't know what happened in the game, so they're gonna be like, "Great, yeah, The Last of Us."
Well, I think it's pretty likely that Jeffrey Wright, just like Bella Ramsey, is a HBO contractual person. He pops up in a shit ton of HBO type stuff. So
yeah,
he's probably another one they've got a contract with.
Well, because Ryan, remember when the first game came out, they actually told Belle Ramsey, because she's like, you know what, I should play the game and get a sense for Ellie. And Druckmann, everybody said, listen, don't play the game. And like, what the fuck? Why wouldn't she want to play the game? Yeah. And she said that. And even they told Pedro, and he said he wanted to play the game to get a feel for Joel. He said, no, don't. Like,
Well, it's no different than what happens with Disney Star Wars. Like they're like, oh, you know,
Yeah.
I'll read the or the MCU maybe. I think what it was is, oh, I'll read the comics. Like, no, don't do that. And it's like, real? Are you
Yeah.
serious? Like, what are you talking about? Are you drinking? And yeah, so it's ridiculous.
Yeah, which it kind of almost makes sense because, like, and even Drinker talked about that with Ellie. I didn't dislike Belle Ramsey's performance in season one, but boy, Ellie is a lot more bitchy even in season one than the game. He made her like he said, they made Jill not
Petulant
obsolete,
child.
but it's yeah, but at some point she's bossing Jill around. It's like, sweetheart, you lived your whole life in a compound. He's been outside the zombie apocalypse for 20 fucking years. Why are you bossing him around for? You've never been outside. Her whole life was inside of a city wall. What does she know
Yeah.
about the outside world?
Her likability in Game of Thrones was due to the fact that she was good in small doses. She was a small child that said huge, expansive things. You know, it's like, you know, I'm the Baron of Winterfell and yada yada yada. I'm a, you know, I'm of the North and blah blah blah. And you know, it was cute and it was funny and it was okay, cool. But as she's gotten older, she's become very unlikable. And you know, just from season 1 to season 2, I tolerated her in season 1, but this season 2, she's fucking unbearable. She is unbearable. And I don't like to do this. I don't like dunking on somebody. It's not my way, but God, she sucks. Everything that she's in, she makes everything. And Dora the Explorer chick is Dina is really hot and she's really charming and she's really cute and funny and very likable. And then when she has to play off of Bella Ramsey like sucks the life out of it. Like it's just like it makes it worse. It's just ugh.
Yeah, Bella Ramsey. I just kept thinking Buzz Lightyear. Buzz Lightyear, Miss Potato Head.
Northern English Bastards ending song for his streams is the potato song, and I always that just starts popping in my head as soon as that.
What's up, Rio? What's up? All right, so this opening, I think this is actually the best part of the episode. This opening here, where there's a young recruiter in there who's played by Josh Peck telling a very engrossed story. And then we've get Isaac here, who basically betrays FEDRA by joining up with, which we will learn later is Wolf, or at least starting Wolf, where he'll throw a couple grenades into the truck with the other guys, blow them up, and just save one of them, having him make a choice. And I just noticed Wolf is in the background behind him on the window.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
that was a cool scene.
It's the only good scene in this whole episode. I don't care about the love story that they were trying to establish with
Ellie. There was the zombies.
Not even the zombies. There's that one scene of them in the train and they get close call and they get a clicker up close. And I'm like, what the fuck haunted house shit is this? Underlit, and it's just like, I'm like, what's going on?
And you know, another whoever said a waste. The show is a waste of good actors. Another one, Alana Ubach is. She's always great and she gets like nothing to do here. It's just like some rando character. I mean, maybe she's going to be more important, but you know, I love seeing her, anything she pops up in, ever since like the Brady Bunch movies to Freeway to, you know,
she's freaking great,
to Waiting to, you know, Ted, the mom and Ted is like, she's everything. I love her, you know,
she's definitely hot too.
She is too. And she's able to disguise it well too. Like she delves, like, you want to talk about, she's basically like the female Gary Oldman. I'll go out on a limb and saying like she is so good, like, because I've seen like compilation clips of everything she's done and I'm like, holy shit, that was her. You know, everything from a, you know, Brady Bunch movie, very Brady sequel to Waiting to, you know, Ted, the TV series, not the movie.
The TV series was actually pretty good.
No, it's great. Yeah, it's great. And it's great. A lot of it because of her, if I'm being honest. And you know, even playing the mom in Euphoria and playing a random you know, slutty widow in Californication, like she's just like she's so good. She's like a chameleon. And I don't know what she's going to do here. Hopefully it's going to be more. I mean, I was glad to see her.
We have 3 episodes left for the season. I don't see how they're going to, I don't see where this is going. Even if we're going to get we're not getting the confrontation between Ellie
I'm really
and
worried.
Abby.
You're right, Nadia, about what you said in a previous stream that they're just banking on this being like the first.
I actually didn't say. Blue did. Blue said there's
Blue said that?
Yeah, they're going to definitely have to split this into 2 seasons where there's no way they're going to have Abby and Ellie collide.
I'm kind of thinking that it's actually not going to be 2 seasons. What they did is they filmed one large chunk, and they're going to pull a Netflix or I think even Disney Plus has done this, and they're going to chop it in half because nobody's coming back for a 3rd season. There'll be a 3rd season, but it'll be like season 2.5, if you want my honest opinion.
Like Squid Games, what they did with Squid Game season 2. But the problem is season 3 won't happen until probably next year. So they're gonna bank on that. People are gonna forget maybe the mishaps of this season and then come back to see the conclusion. Frankly, I don't care. Like most people who at least played the game or at least know the lore, we know where this is going. If they're gonna stick to what the games are. And it's not making a compelling story. There's no compelling hero's journey here. Even if it's a tale of revenge, it is not compelling to be one.
Because Ellie has no arc. She's a snarky, I wouldn't say Mary Sue, but like girl bossy vibes.
She doesn't even show grief for the fact that her father was killed. Like there's no grief. There's nothing that imitates like
that's because
we're going on this.
Her face can't show feelings.
Emote.
Exactly. Is it kicking in?
Her face has like one look, and it's Down syndrome. That's not nice.
I mean,
she kind of looks like a female Mark Zuckerberg.
I don't usually like to make fun of her looks because I mean, people can be weird looking and be great actors. There's a ton of them. Okay, it's just that I think maybe Hollywood's just too much in her head, just talking her up too much or something that where she just doesn't go like she's more focused on her identity on the red carpet versus her ability to act and hone in her
Rachel
skills,
Zegler syndrome. Too many people hyping her up, telling her she's the most awesomest ever.
They're trying to make certain actors a thing. Bella Ramsey, Rachel Zegler, Zendaya. Thank you. That's the biggest one of them all. Actually,
I can't stand
that chick just can't act.
No, she can't.
I will give it Zendaya can act. I've seen Euphoria. Zendaya can act.
Yeah,
I thought she was incredible in The Greatest Showman.
All the time.
Yeah, but the thing is, she goes and hones her skills. Like if you actually read behind her scenes, especially with her parents, how they put money and effort into it. So it's like that's the difference. I don't see that. I don't see growth from season 1 to season 2 with Bella. I don't see somebody that really wanted to kind of maybe grow as the character, be able to express emotions better. Yeah, she screamed the opening of season 3, episode 3 or 2. Okay,
I didn't buy it.
That's the only thing she can do.
I feel like she's more worried about getting into Dina's pants than she is about going after the person who murdered her dad.
Oh, absolutely. I would agree with that 100%. It doesn't even seem like it's a central focus point about trying to avenge Joel. I want to stay and keep shitting on this dumbass episode, but I have another stream to be on, and I've been waiting a month to do this, so I gotta get going. Thanks, guys. I'll see you guys next week, and of course for season 3, we'll do this again too. So a lot of love to you guys in the chat, and you don't play a guitar in the middle of a dead city because guess what? People hear that, and you'll die. That was my.
I was thinking the same thing, Ryan. I was thinking the same thing.
I was in the army, and I was like, "Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!" Like you're gonna die. Like so. That's my parting words. I'll see you guys.
See you guys. And then there were 4.
I know. He's lucky he gets to get out of here.
Nadia, I forgot to wash my hair earlier, so I gotta go. No,
fucking bad.
I'm kidding. I'll stick it out with you guys.
This is like Chinese water torture.
What are you talking about? You're on another planet by now.
No. What I'm saying is the show is Chinese water torture.
Oh, okay.
No, I would never say that.
Speaking of torture, the torture scene was pretty good. I'll give it that.
Yeah,
Jeffrey, but it's Jeffrey Wright, right? Like somebody who has craft, who's a well acted, person or actor who knows what he's doing with the scene, right. And when listen, I am all for women being of actors, directors, and stuff. But as soon as I found out that it was a woman director for this,
I didn't know that.
It's a woman director, and I was like, really?
Oh, I heard that. Yeah.
Director Kate Herron, who directed
Let's see her.
Couple
resume.
episodes for 6 episodes for Loki. Daybreakers, Sex Education. So like it's hit or miss. A couple of them, depending on what you thought of. Like
Sex Education is like super duper woke, but it's an enjoyable show nonetheless.
Yeah, but like to bring it, it doesn't translate to a video game about zombies. I don't know, or filmography, but we're here now. Because I watched the behind the scenes after the episode
Are
ends.
you really that surprised that we saw so much of the message in this episode? Remember the the one thing, I guess this is I don't remember when this comes up, but the huge pride flag drawn on the town.
Oh, I didn't notice it. I was in my phone when you mentioned it. I was like, I had to go back and watch it and stuff.
Yeah.
And again, I'm all for if a
Yeah, of
character's
course.
sexuality is for part of the story. All right, maybe she's like totally for it. But when it's the main focus and it's not, it's a character trait. It's not. It doesn't give.
And it's the only character trait, essentially. The one-dimensional character.
Thanks to channel like this, I know how to avoid certain movies,
You're
TV shows,
welcome.
and save in mind. You're welcome.
Show your love with a super chat and like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Yeah, thank you, Korean Cowboy. Thank you. Yeah. I don't really have much to say. There's not much going. So we get the bulk of this episode is basically Ella and Dina, quote unquote, falling in love. Like from what I watched from behind the scenes, the moment that Dina actually falls in love with Ellie is when she's utilizing the guitar. And I'm going to echo what Brian says. Like these are not nocturnal zombies, like these or even not even zombies. You have wolf in the city as well. You don't think if they hear somebody playing a guitar with a big gap behind you that probably could echo out, they're not going to go investigate on it?
Good point.
Yeah,
It
also,
doesn't make sense.
It's kind of subtle, I guess, that Dina's pregnant. Hey, she looks down. I found something in the pharmacy. Ellie, I have to pee real quick. In case you guys weren't wondering why I've been throwing up the past 2 episodes. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's pregnant.
It's showing, not telling.
Yeah.
No, sorry, it's telling, not showing. Sorry.
Yeah,
We knew what you meant.
I told you I get dumb.
No, you're fine.
You're
fine.
good. You're good.
You're in the right. We're doing the right thing. Again, we got Ellie with this fucking sniper rifle. Like she would not know how to use this. It's so. I know in the game there's a whole like tutorial part, and you have to like learn to do that and stuff. And okay, but I don't buy Bella Ramsey with this fucking sniper rifle. I don't buy it like at all.
But didn't they establish that in the first episode of the season when she was practice shooting with Tommy? Though she was using a sniper rifle.
I took as much verisimilitude on that as I did with her boom motherfucker fighting this 6'4" guy. Like I just.
But you were the one that defended her.
I know. All right, listen. I'm not always right, Nadia. Okay, I'm not always right.
I know.
Sometimes I'm wrong, and I was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt up to that point. But listen, my good grace only goes so far, and if you misuse or abuse my good grace, I'm going to shit on you. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that kind of YouTuber. But guess what? If you're a shit show, I'm going to call, Blue will tell you, I'm going to call it a shit show if it is a shit show. If it is in fact a bad movie, a bad book, whatever, I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna shill for you just because of ideologies, politics, because I don't want to like reverse myself and say, hey, look, I was wrong. I'm not going to do that because I'm just going to say like, this is garbage. I don't believe any of it. And again, it's, forget the like, even if Dina was a dude or Bella was a guy, even if they were doing the same bullshit, I would still have a problem with it. Because yes, you don't need to be playing the fucking guitar. No, you guys don't need to be finger fucking each other while there's enemies running around. And like they're still treating it like it's a summer, like it's a summer camp, like girls trip. Like I don't know what you're doing with this. This doesn't make any sense. You didn't see, like, for example, like just to keep it in this sphere, you didn't see Joel is very heavily implied, and correct me if I'm wrong, that Joel and the woman from season 1 that helped him with the mission initially, that was in Fringe. What's her name? Somebody help me. His fellow trafficker, whatever you want to call it, his fellow contractor.
Dwarf?
Yeah, and I don't know what her character name was, but it's very heavily implied that at some point they may have had something going on or whatever. But you think while they were out like scouting Tess, thank you.
Yeah.
While him and Tess were out scouting places or going on missions or going on runs or whatever, you think they were sitting there like, you know, getting one in? I seriously doubt it. You know, I think it's this not taking this stuff seriously. Of these two girls like they're on some kind of fucking camping trip as opposed to it being an assassination mission. And I haven't played the game, but I have watched the cutscene things, and you know, the whatever else you want to say about Ellie, she took the hunting down of Joel's killers very motherfucking seriously in those cutscenes at least. So I mean, they seem to be just kind of having a fun time, and you know, it's crazy. And even after something really horrible happens, like the subway you know, zombies or the deaths of the wolf people with their entrails popped out, even after these things happen, they just move right along into like, oh hey, you know, and they don't look dirty or disheveled. They look like they just stepped out of their movie trailer, you know. Or it's just, it's pulling me right out of the story, you know, and it just shits on the, you know, the great work that Jeffrey Wright did in his two scenes. You know, I wish I really, it was so difficult. I had to like stop this and like get up and go do something and just come back to it, because it was just so irritating. And I just don't know what to say about it.
You're right about it. They don't come off as if they're traumatized or fearful in this. They come off as they're militant trained assassins that have been doing this for 10, 20 years. Even though I could say that Ellie in the first season went through a bunch of trauma, especially with the cannibalist crew and stuff. I get that, but it doesn't, there's nothing here that tells me this. You're right. They treat it like it's a Girl Scout camping trip for it.
Let me put it a different way. Okay. If I was in this situation and it was me and Sydney Sweeney teaming up, and we were in the zombie apocalypse hunting down my father figure's killers, I would not be sitting there going, hey, Sydney, you think I can get one in? You know, playing her some guitar, trying to rizz her up. You know, I'd be like, listen, watch your fucking sectors, big tits. We got shit fucking going on right now. Like pay attention. Look out for, you know, wolf mercenaries and, you know, clickers and all that shit. I wouldn't be sitting there going, man, I sure would like to get into her nasty stank snatch that's been riding a horse and walking around for a fucking week and a half. You know?
Blue, you said you played the game. How's the guitar scene play out in the game?
It doesn't take place right here, so this is added into later on. Like you said, the thing is, all the stuff with Ellie and Dina, this happens basically before Joel dies. Yes, once Joel dies, Ellie and Dina, it's just right to go fucking kill Abby. So yeah, this is just all so much filler and fluff, because Ellie is in a decent mood. Actually, her and Dina do kiss before Joel dies. They're smoking some weed together. They actually want to kind of sleeping together. But instead, once Joel's dead, they're just in kill mode, which is like, it's like, from a narrative standpoint, it was kind of weaker, but at least it was Ellie on one objective. All this shit right here is like, I'm watching it like, what are we doing here? Like people said, Ellie went from like, hey, my dad was just killed in front of me, to like, now it's a big camping trip and I'm gonna like do kumbaya and have sex and just talk about my feelings. Like, aren't you trying to kill Abby's or trying to kill your father's killers? What's going on?
It could be, as double advocate, it could be that Dina is the only person Ellie feels comfortable opening up to. So that's why she's going through this, expressing her emotions and stuff, because she doesn't do it to Tommy. She wasn't talking to Joel for the last, I don't know how long, year or so. Yeah. So this could be her, in a sense, Dina is her safety net. Like, she feels safe with her. But at the same time, you're on a fucking mission. You're the one that dragged both of them out to this. Yeah. These people that you're going up against are trained militant, like they're trained killers, and you're just lolly-dollying around the Capitol making big noise. So the duo explore the Capitol Hill, noting the rainbow flag and the pride symbols, but actually they don't understand it because they're post-apocalyptic upbringing too. They don't get it. It's just put in there for, I don't know why. They find evidence of a battle, including the burning corpse in a tank, prompting Ellie to reference Apollo 1 astronauts, tying it back to her fascination with space. I guess she had
It's been 25 years, and all its destruction and moss and tank is rusted, but the flags are just great after 25 years. The
I'd love
flags
to
are
see an
gone.
American flag out there. Yeah. So they're just exploring the town. They do seek shelter. Maybe I'm drinking that drink. Shelter. Thank you. Until nightfall. They hide out in a music store. So watching the behind the scenes, this is where the director was saying at this moment, this is where Dina falls in love with Ellie, where she kind of admits to herself that she has feelings for her, because it plays on to her admitting that, you know, she told her mom that she liked girls, and she's like, no, you like boys back, you know, younger. But yeah, this scene, I'm like, this is a wide. I was waiting for something to pop out up here behind her.
Yeah, but like it's a touching scene in the game. Sorry, that's a question for Blue.
Yeah, it is showing more of Ellie. This is what she learned from Joel, and this is more of like Joel, her father figure, and like why she misses Joel. And that's why people were so upset with the way how she's treating him like shit. Which is, you know, Joel. Like, remember in the first game, he's like, this is what we call a guitar, and then she's laughing. But Joel having his bond with his daughter, and then of course the second game is like, okay, listen, well, she obviously isn't stupid. Joel, you lied to me. You didn't give me a fucking purpose by killing the fireflies and not giving me the immunity. He's like, no, I saved your life, and you wouldn't have been immune, or you wouldn't have been the cure for mankind. It's like the whole second game is her being pissed off at Joel. But Joel is why you know things like this for. And she has some pretty decent scenes with Dina before Joel dies, but it all happens within the fucking first hour of the game.
Yeah, because based off the game, they could have just made this a 5-episode season if they were just going off of the game instead of adding the fluff. Say 6, and like even like with season 1. I mean, a solid 8, a couple of things here and there, but yeah, it's like an average game run through would take you 6-7 hours if you want to just watch the cutscenes only. Yeah, I did not care for this scene. I feel this would have been more touching maybe towards the end of the season, maybe after she's somewhere safe, or maybe even right after Joel's death. Maybe this scene would make more sense of her exploring the house and finding his guitar and doing it. Yeah. Not so much here, because again,
you know what these scenes remind me of, Nadia? They remind me of season 2 of The Walking Dead with Rick's wife. It's like, and I remember people talking about her in chats, like saying it's like she's on another show. Like she's worried about the dishes and the laundry and like who's sleeping with who and blah, blah, blah. Like she doesn't know that she's in a zombie apocalypse. Like she's just, you know, like all worried about the wrong shit. And like she thinks she's in a soap opera show or something like that. That's what this reminded me of. All this shit smells like potato in here.
Bama. Jamalama. I thought you were changing your name to Jamalama King Kong Bama.
Dude,
like, what's going on?
There's so much potato in here that we're going to wind up with vodka pretty soon.
This is why Luke can't be in this, because we would get potato overload if Luke was in here.
Let's see now. Look at timestamps right now. Once they first enter the store, so the whole sequence is about 6 minutes long, and that's the point. That's 6 minutes. You can cut this entire scene out, and you'd be fine.
Now I like. I always like a good monologue.
This was
like an inane monologue. You know,
about how he likes those pans.
Right. Well, it's always a great trope if you're about to do something horrible, having some sort of benign monologue about something. You know who did it to great is James Spader in Blacklist.
We know.
What the? Oh, because okay, got it. Okay, well, touche. Touche.
I mean, right, I can't show it. I can't. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for warning me, because I was just gonna skip that.
Oh, yikes.
Remember too, just like people said, they have no problem showing dong, but freezing a nice pair of breasts they can't show anymore.
I forgot.
Right. Oh god.
Yeah.
Madam Web.
Whatever happened to like full frontal?
And I'm going to tell you guys, from a woman's perspective, no offense, dicks are not cute. They are not appealing.
We know.
They do not.
We know.
You could be the most handsome dude. You could be Henry Cavill, and I'm not really gonna like.
We are aware.
But women, myself, and I know a couple women, pair of tits we can appreciate.
We know both of those things, Nadia. It's you know, some guys, it takes them a while to learn to stop sending dick pics, especially unsolicited ones.
It's not appealing. It's just not appealing.
No,
it's
we
just
know.
Like
We're aware.
just-
We're aware. It looks
Just hanging
stupid.
out. Just
Yeah.
hanging out.
And who knows if you're not forwarding that dick pic to somebody else.
Oh,
And
I'm
it's in
telling
the
you,
wide
we
world.
all forward the dick pic to the girls' chat
Yeah,
and make
no,
fun of you
I'm
all.
aware, and I tell my guy friends to that too. I remember telling many of my, I was like, dude, don't never send dick pics. Like, if they ask for a dick pic, send them a picture of Richard Nixon. Like, just do that.
Nice.
Oh, because he's okay. I get it.
Tricky
I get it.
dick.
I get it.
Tricky dick.
Pretty dick. All right, so let me I'm gonna remove it from screen really quick because
Yeah,
I
be
want to bring up
careful.
the close up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me get through this and I'll just bring it to.
I mean, I think you kind of have to skip the whole thing. Isn't he nude the whole time? I think.
Yeah.
He is nude, but there's camera shots where it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's from
Okay.
above.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, so
Okay.
basically, this scene is Jeffrey Wright's character has one of the, what do they call Seraphite? He's got one of the Seraphites. The Seraphite has just, they've done some sort of attack, and this one's been captured. So he's been torturing them. He's stepping it up a level, but he's also doing it in a kind of brilliant Bond villain way, in which he's talking about the copper pans and how when he got out of the military, he always pictured that he would have these kind of expensive, top chef copper pans that will distribute heat properly, but without going into the steel handle, which by the way, all of that is very accurate. I do have been a chef before, and that is all accurate. But now instead of using them to make people happy, like the girls that he would court, making them good food, he actually now has to use it as a method of torture. And a great performance by whoever this actor is too, to kind of stick to their gun. Instead of giving rank, name, and serial number, they're taught to just say, the leader, she believes in us, she lives in our heart, or whatever their mantra is, or something like that. Yeah. And
well, the good thing that he the best part of that exchange was when the Seraphite told him, you guys don't have any basically new recruits, we do.
Right.
I forget exactly the wording.
No, I
Did you
get
guys also come off the fact that it's a weird time jump from the opening scene to this? Because if you didn't understand that the opening scene was maybe a year back or years back, it kind of feels like this is in the same timeline.
So the opening
a little
scene
bit.
did have a year number. It was like 2018.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I missed it. See, I was in my phone.
That's okay.
See,
But I do like.
I remember, like, I guess
I like how Jeffrey Wright's character steps up the torture to get the information. He's not getting the information that he wants, and in fact, it kind of goes. It's actually, the worst kind of thing that you want. The guy you're getting information from is so far gone inside of themselves that he even offers, after he gets the one hand burn, he offers up the other hand to be like, yeah, go ahead and burn it, motherfucker. I ain't telling you nothing. I thought that was pretty cool. It was a really good, and I know you can't show it because I think it's like a full body shot, and he shows his wiener.
I mean, no offense, the guy doesn't have anything promising to look at, so
right.
Well, it might be cold in there. You never know.
All right, hold on. Hi, Corey. Welcome.
I came in at the exact right time. I heard it might be cold, and you didn't have much to look at. So let's get going.
Jeffrey Wright here, character, decided to heat up a pan and hit the guy in his wee-wee with the heated pan.
I think the one good thing here, it's a good idea they don't play on it enough, though, is it's the whole chicken and the egg, because he's like, well, he tells the Seraphite, you killed children, but the Seraphite's like, yeah, the thing is, you killed our children, but you shot first, but he's like, well, the thing is, it's been 20 some odd years, we've been fighting for so fucking long, who's right, who's wrong, and right now they're both wrong. Because it's like the thing is, because both factions are killing kids, both factions are killing women, both factions. Instead of just somebody stopping and focus on the fucking zombies, you're too busy. And this is what would actually happen, which is the part of the good parts of the good parts of the Walking Dead. The Walking Dead, eventually, the zombies are the fucking least thing you're worrying about.
Right? Yeah, it's the people.
Humans are always the worst for each other. Corey has never seen any of The Last of Us. Have you played the game?
I have played the game, and I enjoyed the game. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the first one. I haven't played the
first
second. So,
and
I enjoyed that very much. And I heard you needed somebody that had not seen this show to jump on here and be the wild card.
Yes.
Commentator.
Yes.
This episode is a nothing burger episode, so I'm glad you're here with us. We're about halfway through it. We've been introduced this episode with Jeffrey Wright's character here, who is part of a militant group called Wolf, WLF. I don't they're not in the first game,
No.
correct? They're just made up for the second game.
No,
FEDRA is the main.
Well, FEDRA and Fireflies.
Yeah, FEDRA and Fireflies.
Fireflies was fighting FEDRA.
And then in this season, it's Wolf
in the
and
game,
the Seraphites.
In the game, are the are FEDRA? Are the Wolves and Seraphites together?
I made it on, Sin.
Yeah, no. This part is their cover because it's like his character is like he's like the militant leader of the Wolves, that's a part of Abby's militia she joined. Because thing with Joe is because Joel killed all the Fireflies.
So Corey, I don't know if you know anything about the second game, but Joel gets killed by Abby.
I do know. Yep.
Okay, her dad was the doctor that Joel shot, so that's happened. Pedro's gone.
Yep.
Unless he comes back in a flashback.
He will.
Which I don't even think could save this show, to be honest, even with a flashback with it.
No worries on spoilers, but can I ask real quick, not to jump? I know I'm like barging in.
No, you're fine.
Out of everybody here talking about it, did you play the game as well? And what was your reaction after playing the game?
Blue's the only one that's played the game. Both games.
I played the first one.
Okay, Paul.
Yeah.
I was kind of curious, the reaction from, because there's a strong love for the game and
the first one.
Okay, no, I'm cool with that. I've only played that for the first one.
No, so the second one, the fans hated the video game and the show.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, the biggest problem is definitely the second game because I bought on PS4 Pro. Visually, fantastic. Controls were good. Music was good. But everyone knew, no one expected Joel, the main character, the hero from the first game. The first 45 minutes, 50 minutes, he's killed, and it's and in the ending, I'm not sure how the show will do that, but the ending is a shitty ending. It's got a terrible payoff. But once Joel dies, you know this, Corey, that the first game is basically Joel and Ellie bonding father and daughter.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then once Joel dies, what's left? Okay, the character Abby, she's already had her arc. She killed Joel because Joel killed her father. The entire arc of the entire game is Ellie going after Abby, and then it doesn't even fucking pay off at the end. So everyone's so Joel basically dies for nothing. That's the entire Last of Us 2 game, which is why it did sell copies, but the game sold 1/3 of the fucking copies of the first game.
Oh, the first one was great. Oh, that's it right there. But...
I wonder if I should still go back and play the first one if I would enjoy it.
Oh,
yeah.
It's the gameplay is great.
Okay, maybe I'll pick it up after and finish with Expedition.
And obviously, too, they have nowadays with games they have was almost like cinematic mode where a 5-year-old could play it. It's just a walking simulator.
That's the mode I played.
Yeah, it's like the story mode. Just enjoys the story. But they have the remastered version of that one too, where the graphics are better. And
I streamed that on PS5 because I actually still have a GameFly account because Naughty Dog, fuck these guys. I'm not paying $70 to fuck because they remastered Last of Us on PS3, PS4 fucking Pro, now PS5 for $70 goddamn dollars. I'm renting this shit on GameFly for $10.
Yeah, I'm on the easiest mode for Expedition 33.
That's fine.
Yeah, and I still
as long as you're having fun with it, who cares?
Still get my ass kicked.
No, I hate that.
Oh, Trigger's voice. Ellie's gay, by the way.
That's
oh, by the way, Corey, Ellie's gay.
Spoiler alert! Don't throw that stuff out at me.
Sorry, but what were you saying?
No, because like I said, Nadia, I'm to the point where just enjoy a game. It's some people have this thing well, only real gamers playing hardcore. And we're dude, go fuck yourself, man. If you drop $50 on a game, I don't care how you play it. It's your $50. It's your game.
Enjoy it how you enjoy. I agree with you 100%.
The Dark Souls.
I think I have over 300 hours in Baldur's Gate.
I agree.
Combination of how many. Okay, back to the show.
Sorry, I disrupted.
By the way.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We go off tangent. Half the time we don't even talk about the show because the show's not that engaging. So it's interesting to me because last episode kind of established the Seraphites as, and by the way, Seraphites are this religious cult.
Yes.
Almost innocently, right? Because the last episode kind of portrayed it as you're supposed to be on the Seraphite side, not the wolf side, because you saw the massacre. But then to see what the Seraphites did to the wolf, where we see later on, I'm like, damn. All right.
That's the problem. It's because Seraphites are religious, but then Wolf is military, and this has been a tale as old as time. And it's a toxic military background. But how many you have these religious zealots versus military zealots? It's every generation. It's been happening for thousands of years.
Yeah, I will say this is probably the best scene one of the best scenes besides the opening for this, between the
Yeah.
interrogation.
Yeah.
The makeup effects is great on this. I was very, very happy with this. Bruising color was correct. Great. Oh, what is this? I click on random things.
That's not the show.
No, that's not the show.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Though I've seen it before, the Abby, but it's in a golf game, and she hits Joel, and it because she kills him with a golf club in the game, but I've been trying to find it. I can't find it anywhere. All right.
That is good though. I mean, just look at that image right there. So, Nadia, I know you've, not to go off topic, but I know you're fine. You've done this before, and you know how do you get to that point to know like these are the colors that it should be, or you know the effect, the bruises, the blood, whatever the color. That looks really good right there. What I'm looking at, but.
So the way I learned how to do like bruises and stuff is looking at real ones. So medical books, injuries, things like that. If I got a gnarly bruise, take a picture of it. The cool thing I learned was less is more with it when I was in school, is that you start with like a base color and then kind of spread it out a little bit. I will say, so when I was in special effects, silicone wasn't the biggest thing utilized because it was so expensive at the time. But I can tell this is silicone prosthetics, which is great because they're lightweight. That's why they like melt into the face, especially the scars on the side. I'm like, I have my pen here and I'm like going like, oh, especially the scars over here. The only thing I will say is the black eyes on both sides. They're a little dark for my taste. I would, but it could be the lighting. I'd like a little bit of purple in there, a little bit of red.
This kind of reminds me of the original Saw movie. When
I can see that with the background.
If you think about the bruising there.
Nadia does this at least twice a year.
Yeah.
Thanks, sex. So this was probably the best scene. And then we move back into Dina and Ellie. HBO, light your nights. Back and forth as they discover a radio station, right? Radio station, I think it is, or television station. What is it?
Yes, radio station.
Radio station. And they decide to head and check it out. And that is where we get what the Seraphites had done to Wolf. And they're back and forth. So they find the Wolf patch, which also, by the way, this when she takes down one of them, I was like, really? Even if she snuck up behind him, this was pretty cool. I was watching the behind the scenes of them like glycerine the. By the way, these are real actors hanging. By the way, this is not dummies hanging. These are actual legit stuntmen and women.
What are they hanging? Oh, they're not hung by the neck. Got it.
Yeah. They have it hung by the neck, but in the background when I was watching the behind the scenes, they're like harnessed up from the back on it. But it's I love that they actually use legit individuals instead of dummies, and then watching them kind of like wet the intestines was pretty cool. I was like, oh man, I used to do that.
Yeah, and Dave shows how fucking brutal that these Seraphites are. So don't think for a second the Seraphites are just easy, like peace-loving religious people. No, these fuckers, they will gut you alive and hang you,
hang you and pull your intestines out. You know, I probably would have been a Seraphite. Not gonna lie, I probably would have.
You would cut that face up? You'd let them cut that face of yours up?
Yeah, that's fine. Scars are cool. I'd be okay with it. So while they're checking out this area, Wolf shows up too, because Wolf is answering to the fact that this massacre happened. That's what the interrogation scene was leading into. So Ellie and Dina are hiding from them because they know Abby is part of Wolf. I'm trying to explain this so Corey cut balls on.
No, you don't have to put training wheels on for me. Just go for it.
No, I'm not putting training wheels. I just no. So they're in here, and Dina and Ellie are hiding. Which part of fucking, for fuck's sake, I get it. It's dark, but light your fucking nights, my guys. This annoys me at all costs. HBO is like the worst about it with their production. Do you not put lights in your production? Sure. Where is it? So they split up for a second, and it's here. This is unfucking believable.
Also, product placement. Coca in the background too.
Yeah. This dude gets, what is he? Probably like 6 something, pummeled over. Now, okay, I understood everybody's excuse in the first episode where she was training. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Take down the guy.
And she's got him like this.
Toxic, what's the excuse here?
None. No, it's inexcusable. And I retroactively take back all the positive stuff I said from episode 1.
Like, is she trying to put him to sleep or break his neck?
She couldn't do either. She couldn't do either.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. Like, listen, women can do certain stuff, but they've got to be sneaky. Have her hide and cut his Achilles heel and then go after him. Like, women can do
That's
shit.
what I thought. That would have been smarter. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do that. Like, there's lots of stuff, cut his Achilles heel. He goes down. And when he goes down, your partner stabs him up. Like, listen, remember G.I. Jane, the biggest boss babe movie ever made in the 90s? Even she in that movie, when her and the Master Chief are, cut off from the rest of the team, the dude comes in and he's like, hey, you got to take him down, he's a big dude, and then he reassesses it and is like, no, you're not gonna be able to take this dude, and has to take the shot and then lead the bad guys off in another direction, so the rest of the team has to come and save him. Nothing wrong with that. It's still a boss babe, great film, but had Demi Moore jumped up and gotten a knife fight with the dude, it would have been ridiculous, just like this is ridiculous. I cannot in any way, shape, or form cosign or give any believability to this, because there's none. This guy would have thrown her around like a fucking rag doll. Like,
this guy got shit afterwards. He's like, you got taken down by a little girl,
by a 90-pound
That's
girl.
Too. Not to mention size and weight. Like, say, for instance, for argument's sake, say you had Gina Carano. At least Gina's a fucking she's a bigger woman. And if you watch Haywire, she's struggling. She barely beats Michael Fassbender, and Fassbender is not a big fucking dude. He's an average size guy, and she could barely take Fassbender. And Gina's what, 5'10"? She's like 5'10", 100.
She's a trained MMA fighter in that movie, and even she has to like do stuff like turn the lights out in the house and get people and trick people. Like when she takes down Channing Tatum, she has to trick him, and she needs help. And a random stranger jumps in and helps her in that movie. Yeah. So at least that was believable, kind of.
Yeah. But I don't think that diminishes the character, though.
It's
using. They know their limitations and they use their surroundings to take advantage of somebody.
Right.
And like you're saying, like you don't think a 90-pound person is going to like take out a 300 or 250 pound person or throw them around. They got to use some things to their advantage, but that's their smarts going into it.
No, the thing about Bella Ramsey, she's 5'1", she's 5'1". I mean, and she weighs $110 at best. I mean, I can pick her up with one fucking hand, and I'm 5'6", and I can pick her up with no problem. Like, imagine if I was 6'3". Like,
I have very rare.
It would make more sense if she did something in a sense like cut his heel.
Sure. Yeah.
Or when she did jump
to
on
get
him,
an upper
jab
hand
him in the neck.
Something
to that extent.
I worked in a prison. I worked in a military prison and a state prison, and we teach the females to do certain stuff. And you have to employ tricks. And listen, if I was going up against Alan Richardson, if he was that big and really was Jack Reacher level trained, okay, it's physics, isn't it? It's math. It's simple, hard, cold math. If Alan Richardson size was really Jack Reacher and really had all the MP training, and I had all my MP training, and we went up against each other, he would fucking win because he outweighs me in muscle by a good 50-60 pounds, and he's 6'5", and I'm 5'11" barely. So like he would win. There's an old boxing expression: when all things are equal, you bet on the bigger guy. So if the ability level is, or they could have just they could have just had a guard go in that was like one of the dudes that smokes a lot of weed or doesn't pay attention enough, and she gets the drop on him, and that's why. Not this like tactically trained, ready for trouble. This guy's in there looking for the Seraphites. He's ready for a fight. And you're going to tell me that these two little girls are going to take him down? Like, bullshit, bro. Like, it's not, no, I'm not. Yeah, it's just not possible. So, and when stuff like that happens, then all believability, there's no suspense in it, because if that can happen, then you don't give a shit anymore, because then it's just like, well, of course, well, now they have, super adamantium plot armor, so they're totally fine. So nothing that they go through is anything that's going to make you like, oh, are the girls going to make it out of this? Of fucking course they are. Of course they're going to make it. They're going to make it out of all this stuff because they have the super duper, platinum plot armor. So now you don't care. There's no conflict. There's no drama in your story. And that's, one of many other things. Also, I do have to kind of shit on the Jeffrey Wright scene a little bit, because if this guy was really a seasoned military interrogator, he would know that pain compliance and all that kind of stuff, that doesn't work. After a while, people just go into themselves and you don't get any information. That's why you have to do that's why you have to. That was ill placed. That was actually meant for like the sex scene. But I thought you'd figure that out. But Jeffrey Wright's character doing this torture stuff, yes, it plays good for the narrative, kinda. But I mean, if I'm really gonna believe. If I'm really going to believe that he's this trained military tactician, he'd do something like water torture or torture one of the guy's family members or something in front of him. Like torturing the person, you never get the, you never get, there's a famous line from Reservoir Dogs when they're beating up the cop to get information. And Nice Guy Eddie says, if you beat this prick long enough, he'll tell you he started the Chicago fire. So it's just like, you'll just get a lie out of him. If anything, you're not going to really get what you want. And of course he doesn't. So maybe that was the point. But again, that's another thing that pulled me out of the story. But anyway, I'm over talking. Please, somebody else.
You're fine. This is the scene that bothered me the most. That looked like a haunted house puppetry that popped out. And it's so interesting to me because you have, even if you're not going to fill the story with complex characters, then use your advantage of these zombies. Make each episode this epic like survival. They've got to make it through, and you get these cool zombie designs. And there's different ones in this universe. Like there's runners, clickers, stalkers. Like utilize that instead of just placing them small, like selective in little things. You use it to your advantage, but they don't. But this is just, it bothered me so much. I was like, where am I at Halloween Horror Nights? What is going on here? And mind you, I looked at the crowd. This is the only clicker, like with the full vagina head.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm glad you agree with me, Blue. I'm glad you agree with me. No yawning, Paul. I saw that.
Is that the
Wait, how long ago is that?
Is that the technical term for the head?
The vagina head?
Yeah. Was that the...
I guess.
Sorry. It made me snort, so you got to hear it snort. But...
I don't hold back here, Corey.
Yeah, but that's this entire sequence. It's like kind of, it's well shot, but there's never any sense these two are in danger.
No. Now, it made more sense with Abby with the fence scene where they were pushing on the fence and the hand. That to me, I was like, oh shit, I knew these two had easy exits. They were able to get around things. And even when this scene where Ellie puts her arm in front of Dina so that she gets bit because she's immune. Dina doesn't know, which I think is weird that Tommy knew, a bunch of people knew, but her best friend didn't know the entire time that she was immune. You would think that would be information she would have shared with her. But maybe she was told not to. Who knows? But she uses her hand to block it from getting bit. And then this turns into Dina not realizing that she's immune. So she puts a gun on her, thinking she's going to be turning into it. So Ellie has to explain to her that, she's immune. Don't shoot me. Like, do not shoot. Which, by the way, this scene was so weird to me. It didn't come off threatening. Like, I didn't feel like Dina was going to shoot her in the first place.
No.
At all. It just,
because they're in love.
Not only that, like Bella's, Ellie's, protestations saying, trying to explain it, man, when she is in a situation where she has to say a lot of dialogue really fast with any kind of, hi Jade, with any kind of emotion behind it, and she has to she cannot sell it. Her accent starts sliding all over the place, and she doesn't, like, someone else said she can't emote, and it's just like, I don't believe her. I don't believe anything that you're saying. Like, I have no confidence in anything you're saying to sell me on the fact that you're a teenage girl who's immune to this virus, and you're trying to explain to your potential lover not to blow your brains out. You know, it's like there's so many other ways she could have played that, and it was like she was trying to tell her that what you read in my Snapchat is not real. It really wasn't this other person talking to me. That's how she came off. Not like, you know, hey, don't put a bullet in my head because I'm immune to zombie bites, but I'm not immune to bullets. So
Dex is right. Ellie would have immediately told her before they even got into the theater building, even if they hadn't told her already. If they're supposed to be these close best friends, you know, growing up. So they escape to an abandoned movie theater lobby, and Ellie reveals her immunity to Dina, showing her old bite marks, and asks Dina to wait to see if she turns. So hours later, Ellie remains human. I'm so glad you're here with us, Corey, because I don't know if you've been on social media, but we're about to get to that scene.
It sounds like I'm ready for it. I'm getting ready.
I don't know if I can show it. I don't think I can. Can I?
Can you show?
Oh no, you can. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
okay, because there's no like.
Sorry, I meant to say that in a sarcastic way. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, you can. We don't know if you.
Well, there's no nudity, so you can.
Yeah, we're going by stills. It's fine.
Ellie's gay, by the way.
Ellie's gay.
I didn't catch that yet.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I did not know that either. Spoiler alert.
I'm getting to it. All right, here we go. So
Okay.
she's startled awake, and she's like, "I'm okay. Don't worry. Like I'm okay."
Yep.
And this is the stupidest fucking. I'm alive, and she goes. Dina goes, "I'm pregnant," or something to that.
Oh, that's great.
No, she says, "I'm pregnant," and she kisses her after saying, "I'm pregnant."
She goes, "I'm okay," and then she goes, "I'm pregnant."
Yeah, they start kissing, and then.
Okay.
And then, oh wow, they get into it, pretty hardcore.
Get on.
It weirded me
Get
that
it
she didn't
on.
tell her immediately after being bitten. Dina didn't run after her since a crowd of zombies are coming after her. Yeah, you're right, Jade. And thank you, Jade, for joining. I think this is the first time I've seen you in the chat. Welcome to the craziness.
I downloaded this for you, Nadia.
Oh no.
There you go.
Now, okay.
That might have
off,
been the. Sorry, go ahead.
If they were hotter, y'all wouldn't be complaining. Okay. Okay.
If one of them was
right.
hotter.
Also, somebody said, they've been running, and there's not much hand sanitizer out there and soap, so she's sticking her fingers, and oh boy,
Yeah, that's an infection coming.
on top of she just got bit too. So people said, Ellie may be immune, but what she can still carry it though. But she can still carry the virus inside of her, so she still could transmit it to people.
Ladies know when you've been working all day, wearing a pair of jeans and stuff, you got to freshen up a little bit before things like this happen. But yeah, this is just, it is, man. I just watched another streamer. If they were hotter, it's crazy. So, well, at least Dina can't get pregnant again.
Yeah, because that's what women do. Get other women pregnant.
but that kid can get Down syndrome.
So it takes vitamin
boy.
C. I mean,
Look, they wake up there in love.
I think if the casting for Ellie was better, I think the believability of these two being in love would be more so. But again, Bella Ramsey, she can't emote, and it's nothing. I have nothing against her looks. There are ugly actresses and actors out there that are very talented, but it's just the chemistry is not there between the two of them.
And
I don't see it.
She doesn't look in love. You know what I mean? Like it's like, I don't know, like a wax face, like moving slowly.
Yeah.
It just doesn't come off like it comes off very much I can believe they're friends by the chemistry. I can't believe that they're in love with each other by the chemistry.
Yeah. And recently watched episode 3. I know people joking about that. Like, look, I like Hayden, like Padme or Natalie Portman. The worst part of episode 3 is their romance, hands down. It's like, fucking Hayden and Natalie Portman just don't have the on-screen chemistry.
No, not at all.
This is so tough to watch. It's so fucking tough.
And
to watch.
We still got 19 minutes left of this episode, and this is a chunk of Corey. This is a chunk of this episode.
I'm so excited to go back and watch all of this now.
Don't do it to yourself, man. Don't do it.
No,
Don't do it to yourself.
Just jumping in and listening to y'all. We're gonna do it.
Oh,
Go,
it gets
go.
better. It gets
All right.
better. Wait.
I'm gonna shut up and wait here.
They enter
Where
the
is it?
theater at 39 minutes, and they don't get to the roof until 51 minutes. So this is a 13-minute sequence.
Oh my god.
This show actually made me want to play the actual game more than watch the show because it's so out of place for me. I think I would recommend the first game.
But the first game is awesome. I'll say that. I have not watched it the series, but the first game, it's a great story. I mean, it hooked me in playing that one.
But
so.
even the second game, if the problems have the second game, I still right now would prefer to watch the second game over watching this because the second game didn't have all this shit. This is just so much extra filler.
Imagine if we had Kaylee Spanny here right now. This would be great. Like it would have been a great scene to watch. I would have been like, I would have been enthralled. I would have been, at the very. I certainly wouldn't have been disgusted. I'm disgusted by this scene. It's the first lesbian scene I've ever seen where I'm disgusted. I've never seen the only worst lesbian scene I've seen was the South Park one's Scissor Me Xerxes. That's the only one that I've seen that was
Gay!
I had to break that up. I'm sorry. I had to break that up.
Sorry.
It's all good. So this scene is the more controversial one that's going around where Dina tells her that they're having a baby and Ellie says, I'm going to be a dad.
Oh my god. Dude, what?
I have not watched this one yet, so
You have not.
I missed this one, so
which
it's okay. Spoil away. I'm good. I'm just here for fun.
Is this in the game Blue like this? Does this happen?
No.
It can't be. It can't be. This is.
I have no problem with a lesbian couple having children. No issues with it. Kids deserve homes. We've got too many kids in foster care and issues that deserve, if you have two stable individuals that want to be parents.
Better two parents rather than one.
Two parents than one, or even the state. Better this two parents in this. I mean, again, I want to specify two sane parents, like not people who.
Well, then, so not not a lesbian couple. Then
no, you can. I have lesbian friends who have kids. Like it's fine, but it's just. This irks me in so much because I think it takes away from individuals who are fatherhood. She could be just say, okay, I'm going to be a cool stepmom or I'm going to be a cool mom or something, but instead you have to add this in. And also you have to add this in to also make, you're going to make people upset about this. You're going to make this a controversy all over the internet.
I don't care what you think.
Yeah. Plus you're going to lose. And I hate to say normies. People are going to be like, what the fuck is going on here with this? Who don't
I'm gonna be a father.
Yeah, it's like you didn't get her pregnant, you dumb bitch. Like,
yeah, because it would be Jesse. Jesse's the father. So she could.
And he's
just
still
say,
alive.
Okay,
I mean, apparently 20 years into the future, they don't understand basic biology.
Yeah, and it just again, I get it, but I don't understand. In the game, she's a lesbian, but she still identifies as a woman in the game. But I get it in person. She's a non-binary they, them. But why is that bleeding into the game? Why aren't you just sticking to the character of the lesbian? You would be, I'd be a cool stepmom. I don't know. It's just
lesbians are not in fashion right now. Lesbians were in fashion 10 years ago. Now it's more in fashion to be a non-binary, interchangeable widget, they, them, with, PTSD, trauma dumping, and you're on the spectrum. If you don't have all of those things, then you're not a real person. Then you're just a gross cis white person of the patriarchy.
Okay. Jade makes a good point. It could be that she's trying to be silly saying, I got her pregnant. I don't know. That could be, but Bella has an issue of not being able to emote with her face. So it could be a little bit of a cheeky thing. That's true. Devil's advocate on that. Maybe people are blowing it up and she's just being cheeky and funny about it. That's another way
it's still bad. It's still bad writing.
It's bad.
It's still bad writing. It's still bad writing.
And you know what? You're right. A different actress might have been able to pull it. If you had a Kaylee Spanny, you could have maybe pulled that off and she could have delivered it properly, and then you'd have been like, oh, okay.
I see what that's titled. I'm not pulling that up.
It's from South Park. So.
Okay, all right.
You can pull mine up.
Jamie, hi.
Nice.
What
Nice.
Jeez.
Nice.
I hope you enjoyed coming in on that moment.
Yeah, welcome, Jamie G. Sorry about that. I'm
then
sorry about all of this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. I can't apologize enough for this shit.
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe the next episode will be better. Who knows, right? So the episode ends with the fact that they're going to Lakeview. It's Lakeview. Where's my notes? Sorry. Holding. What the fuck? Why are my notes all now in different order?
I don't know. This show may have given your computer a virus.
I think it did, man. It must have. Okay,
it was probably me coming on to the stream. So sorry.
No, Corey, stop apologizing today. Jesus.
I just wrecked it all. I wrecked it all.
Maybe I'll come. Corey, were you the middle child by any chance?
Oh my gosh. How did you guess?
From the way you talk.
I am the middle child. I give that
I'll
vibe
come on
out,
the stream
probably.
if somebody invites me, if they still want me to. I don't know.
Oh, I love you for saying that.
That's
awesome.
Don't give Corey a hard time.
No, give me a hard
episode-
time. I go for it.
The episode ends with Ellie and Dina hand in hand continuing their quest for Abby. They hear of activity in Lake Hill and suggest that as a lead. They see like a big fire happening over there. So they figure out how to get there. And that's how the episode ends. With Dina being pregnant, going on this mission.
Yep.
Ellie, at least I will give it to her. She was like, "You're not going on this. You're pregnant. You have an individual to worry about that's in you." And she's like, "No, I'm still going with you." So
Yeah.
hi, Nick. Nick told me he would be on Last of Us next week for season episode 5. He did promise me, so
what a trooper.
I know, right? What a trooper. All right, final thoughts on this episode. Blue.
So I'm looking at it right now, 52. So this is a basically 52-minute episode, and you fucking feel it. Simple as that. And that's a problem. Is when Ryan was here before he left. You think that whenever people think of Sonic the Hedgehog, hey guys, first Sonic, ugly Sonic, it looks fucking terrible. Hey, we're sorry, we apologize, we'll fix Sonic. Sonic made a fucking franchise, $1 billion franchise, there we go. Obviously, Neil Druckmann, the second game, pissed off 95% of your fan base. Maybe now making the show, all the things that pissed off the fan base, you could correct this with the TV show. And now it's like, now you're doubling down even harder. Like, hey guys,
they're doing it on purpose, like I said.
Exactly. And that's what makes it. But in some ways, this is even worse than the fucking game, because all this extra shit is nothing but filler and fluff.
In all the ways, it's worse than the game. In all the ways.
I mean, like I said, episode 2, remember the big zombie scene, the zombie fucking fight scene there in the town? Like that part was good. But overall,
That's where they blew all their money. That's where they
is
blew
that
all
is
their
that
money.
not in the game?
No,
That's not in the game.
No.
Yeah,
okay.
no. So that part is better, and but that's pretty much it. Yeah, because there's like nothing else. But the rest of the stuff they're adding, this is just nothing but so much filler, and like how much. We're already fucking episode 4. How much more filler is this going to have than also season 3?
3 more episodes. 3 more episodes of filler.
And in season 3, is season 3 going to be 2 episodes, 10 episodes? We have no idea.
They're probably going to stick with the 7-episode module, I would think. But how? Like, at some point, are they going to end this season with the 2 of them face to face, and then maybe do? You know what they should do is just do like a movie, like an hour movie to end, if they want to
just wrap
it up
one.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't Dina stay behind when they found out she was pregnant? Nope, she went along with them in the
that
episode. I don't know in the game though.
In the game, and that plays into later in the game, spoiler, because again they changed so much stuff. But in the game, Abby spares Dina because she's pregnant. Because at one point Abby could kill Dina, but she's like, and Ellie's like, please don't kill her, she's pregnant. And they're like, all right, we're not going to kill a pregnant fucking woman. At least Abby has that much going for her.
Yeah. Paul, final thoughts.
Honestly, just like the last episode, this is just a chore that I dread doing every week.
I love that you're here every week, though.
That's because you're enjoyable company, unlike this show. Yeah, it's just, Buzz Lightyear, female Mark Zuckerberg is just she can't even emote love. She can't emote grief. Basically, she just can't act. Period. She's not going to be able to carry this show. after Joel left, and that becomes really apparent in the second episode after Joel died. Yeah, I honestly don't think this is gonna get a third season or any follow-up. I think they'll end it like that. What was that show on HBO where they go off to the other planet because like Earth is dying? It had like all these weird factions.
Is it the wolf one? Wolf's
Yeah. Wolves Among Us or something like that. I don't know. So I think that because at the first season was like, okay, I don't know what's going on. Second season was so bad that they just canned it right after. So maybe they'll cut their losses. I'm rambling because I'm in Never Never Land right now.
You're good. Hi, Sammy. I see you. I'm here because Blue loves Bella Ramsey.
Yikes.
With toxic final thoughts on it. And
My
not
final-
a monologue. Final thoughts. Okay.
I it's down below. Pull up the clip. That's my final thought.
Okay.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
All right. Fair enough. Raised by Wolves. That was the show. Yeah. It's a
what it
book
was.
series, by the way, too. So, Corey, final thoughts on what you've seen. Are you intrigued to at least check it out?
I will check it out. I played the first game, had a lot of fun with it, was pulled into the story of it. I know what you've all said about this, but it'll be one I will go back and I'll check out the series, but I have not.
Season 1's great, by the way.
Yeah.
I think season 1, for somebody who's never played the games, is pretty compelling, pretty good.
Yeah.
I was engaged enough to really enjoy it each week. Season 2, man. Good luck.
Thank you. I have something to look forward to. So, just kidding. But no, enjoying the first game. I was intrigued. I love that they dove into this and made it a series. I've heard things of how it went to the second season of it, but yeah, I'll check it out and see what's up.
I think it's kind of stupid they let Ellie survive after killing someone in front of her. That only thing for now I have a problem with. It's almost my bedtime. I'm going to go tonight as well. Good night, Shade. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Which I'm not mad at the show for copying the game, but that's off the bat. The game just there's so much endless stupid. It's like if you take a girl and kill her dad in front of her, leaving her alive is probably not the best idea.
Well,
especially
killing
because
off.
she'll go back and tell people about
Right.
it too. You don't know who's in her group.
Yeah, killing off game Ellie makes a lot of sense, but I could actually kind of understand them not killing off show Ellie because she doesn't look like the threat. They're like, what is this little elf gonna do? You know, I mean,
Jesus.
Sorry.
But so now he said it, but then they have the challenge. Initially, she could come back with like 20 or 30 members of a posse. It's
Yeah.
but it's the whole thing. It's like you don't want to leave. Obviously, don't leave witnesses.
My final thoughts on this episode is there were key moments that were particularly interesting, especially with Jeffrey Wright and the whole. I would be game with an episode with no Ellie, no Dina. Just give me more Wolf versus the Seraphites. Like, give me a little bit more to that.
I mean, they've proven that they'll do that with it, I mean, but I guess it has to be gay. It has to be two gay guys in order for them to do a bottle episode of something else altogether. That it has to be that.
Are you referring from the season 1?
Yeah, they had a whole episode that barely had any.
Episode.
I do too, but I mean, like, if anything needs a bottle episode, it's this season. But I don't think they're gonna. I think it's gonna be the Ellie and Dina show, and then maybe a little bit of Ellie and Abby show for the rest of this season. I think that's.
But that's how they would stretch this out. So if they're going to do a season 3, if their plan is there is no Abby and Ellie confrontation in this season, fill it in with some Wolf versus Seraphites. Fill in a little bit more of that war that's going on. The differences between that. Give me an episode. No Ellie, just give me a break from it and just like tell me what's going on there. Give me the history to that, and then I'm totally sold. But Ellie and Dina's relationship just doesn't work for me. There's no chemistry between the two of them, and it's very hard for me to understand a 110-pound girl even if she is trained, going up against a military without backup. So with it just being the two of them. And give me more zombies.
Even Ellie in the game is bigger than Bill Ramsey, which not much, but still, it's like we said, it's if you give her a good like 5 or 6 inches and maybe another 40 pounds on her, it's like not super realistic, but like I could at least buy something with that. Versus,
but in the game, isn't there like a whole thing where like when you play with Ellie, you have to do stealth shit? You have to do like the bow and arrow and sneak up on the motherfuckers, and isn't that a thing? Because I know it was in Tomb Raider 2014 when I played that. No. Like Laura couldn't just like body regular guys or whatever, and if they had guns, and she had to like sneak up, use the bow and arrow, use the hatchet, catch them from behind, and and shit like that.
Especially in the second game. I mean, the second game, Ellie it's been 5 years. She's definitely more trained. But yes, whenever she comes across like say 5 or 6 wolves, she's not just taking like a baseball bat and beating guys to death. No, she's you're sneaking behind stuff. You're throwing bottles. You're cutting their fucking limbs. You're hitting like the bow and arrow to their neck. She's very stealthy because she has to be.
I'm not surprised by this comment. I actually kind of felt that way too, that was going on, the Israel-Palestine conflict being the wolves and Seraphites. But I feel like they can be anything, like in history, with any differences between them.
Right.
My husband coming in with the best comment of the night. Sorry, I'm late. I was busy celebrating Ellie being a father. Hi, everybody. All right, Blue, what do you got going on next?
I'm just around.
You're just
wow.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Nia tomorrow. Nia's covering
Evil Dead.
That's Evil Dead because I guess the emus attacked him last week and now he survived the emu attack.
Yeah, unfortunately, I won't be able to make that up with you guys and be on it. So, but hopefully, I'll be able to catch a little bit of it. Paul, what do you got going on next?
So I put together a video about J.R.R. Tolkien hating Disney and fairy tales like Snow White. Yeah, so that'll be dropping at some point soon. And then the next Thursdays will be on the first Thursday of June, which is June 5th.
Okay.
So
nice.
Yeah.
All right. Toxic, what do you got going on next?
I feel like I'm repeating. I'm going to try to do something when my daughter's in Texas with her boyfriend right now. When she gets back, she wants to talk about The Long Walk because me being a bad father, I let her read it when she was 13 or 12 or something like that. So she's excited about the movie. She didn't know it was coming out. Neither did I. So we're going to talk about the trailer and what we think about the book and what we expect and hope for with the movie. And then I want to get with somebody and talk about Thunderbolts more in depth, like what we did on the earlier stream on Thirsty Thursday. Maybe do a more in-depth review of it, maybe what I'm hoping to see from the MCU. And I might still do that Carrie book versus film version. I heard there might be remaking it. I hope that's not true though.
They are. Mike Flanagan's. It's for Amazon.
Oh, Flanagan is? Okay. Well, if it's Flanagan, it might be okay then. So yeah, I might do that and do like my fundraiser. My car almost killed me, just like this car almost killed the guys in the story. So Arnie. So maybe I'll do that. And that's about it. I'm working on my next book.
Very cool. Corey, our latecomer, what do you got going on next?
I'm just hanging out here for the next time you invite me on to hang out. So I'll just say that.
Corey, I'm going to invite you to some shit. Give me your ad. Send me your ad.
Corey,
do it.
You
I will come on.
Stranger Things, right? I assume.
What?
You haven't seen Stranger Things?
Nah.
Fuck.
Oh, okay.
Did you see Thunderbolts?
No.
Do you want to do a review with me? Oh, fuck, man. Well, you got to see something. I can't.
Tell me something. I'll go see it and I'll talk to you about it. So
right.
sorry, I have not seen Thunderbolts yet. So I will. But we need to hook up.
We'll hook up.
I don't shut up.
I love that for you. I love that. I'll let you over talk while I run the slides. How about that?
We'll do that. But I'll say thank you very much for letting me crash the party.
Oh, yeah.
I know this was not my thing. I was watching, but I appreciate it. I always have fun hanging out with y'all. So
anytime, man. Anytime. I will always let you know when I'm covering something. If you want to hop on, you're more than welcome to. So For this channel, there's no show tomorrow, so no Stranger Things tomorrow. We will be picking up Stranger Things next week with season 3, episode 1 and 2. So Nick and I have some plans for this season. So
nice.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into that. Next week I will be on Leon's Monday night because I'm told I have to be, because we're gonna be talking about the new Evil Dead information that just dropped today. Tuesday, I'll be discussing Ed and Lorraine Warren's cases and how they compare to the movies and how Hollywood has been sugarcoating it, kind of like the iceberg of it. Wednesday will be the members chat for the month. And we'll be back here Thursday with the next episode of Last of Us, episode 5. And then Stranger Things picks up. And then next Saturday is the Vincent Price movie tier stream. So a bunch of us have been watching a bunch of Vincent Price movies. So we're going to be tiering that. That's all next week. The following week, I know we're a little bit ahead of time. On the 20th, I'll be celebrating the 1 year of the channel. So that should be a lot of fun. I've got some things planned for it. On the 27th will be the Final Girls first episode stream. I've got a bunch of female horror content creators that will be joining me and discussing what we've seen for the month of May or intaked in the horror genre, and then what we're excited for. So it should be a good time. Guys, chat, you guys were awesome. Thank you so much for everything, guys. Panel, you're great. Yep.
Hey, Nadia, real quick, before we go, I forgot to do this on the other stream. If we could, can we get Gord King's link in the chat? Maybe,
oh, shit.
Something like that.
Thank
Gord
you.
King, fellow YouTuber, and he's so great, and he's so funny and witty, great on wordplay. For some fucking reason, YouTube has targeted him, demonetized him. He's moving his stuff over to his gamer channel. I don't know all the details of it. I guess it's probably going to be he'll make some announcement or he'll do a stream about it. But he's really, if you're not already subscribed to him, he is the funniest guy. He's the best guy. If we could show him whatever support we can show him to his other channel as he moves things over there, I would assume he's probably trying to move his content onto the channel that's not demonetized. That's probably what I would do. So if whatever support we could give him.
So he is moving everything over to his meme channel. So his main channel got demonetized. They haven't told him why. If you follow him on Twitter, there is a post going around. If you can retweet it and tag YouTube and YouTube creators into it, just so they have eyes on it, it would be great. But this is the channel he's going to be moving forward. That will be his main channel for the for his stuff. He's great. He's got a gaming channel, and he also has the other channels got demonetized, but his Poorly Explained series, fantastic. Gord is great, and he will actually be on the Vincent Price stream with me. So he's been a lifer for the channel. He's been with me since day one. So thank you for reminding me, because I completely forgot.
No, I forgot too. I just remembered right at the last second.
So, all right. On that note, guys, as always, stay spooky, y'all. Bye.
Bye, everybody.